Okay, so this is a heist role-playing game, and it's very rules light, designed to be played with 2 to 6 players. This game is played with a deck of 18 cards, and I'm going to explain how this game is played as we set it up.
Oh, great.
Because it's pretty simple. So, we start things off by dealing or revealing the top 2 cards from the deck.
Dun, dun, dun.
And this will be the only time that we pay attention to the text at the top and bottom of these cards. So, we collectively, as a table, get to decide where we are going to be enacting our heist.
Nice.
So either a desert, forest, or tundra,
Okay.
or a museum or gallery. Those are our choices for the location, and then what we are stealing is either the truth or a bomb.
Oh.
Wow.
So,
Interesting.
that's where we start things. What are you guys feeling?
So,
The truth.
Okay.
Desert? We're gonna go desert?
Yeah, I like desert.
All right. So that's what we're gonna do.
nice.
Sweet.
Let's write that down somewhere. Doesn't really matter where. I'm just gonna jot it right here. Truth, desert. Now we are going to deal out 12 cards as evenly as possible amongst all of us. All right, so these are going to be our talents or skills.
Nice.
Can I look at him?
Yeah, you can look at them. This is the text in the middle
Too bad
of
I'm
your
looking.
card. Yeah, each player should write down the talents on their crew sheet because the cards are going to go back into the deck.
Ah,
Oh,
nice.
okay.
So-
Wow.
I have history. I've been doing this for a while, and so have my enemies. Once everybody's done writing, taking their notes on their cards, we're gonna shuffle the whole deck together. Okay, so now we're shuffling all 18 cards. Before we get into revealing these cards, we are gonna go around the table, introduce ourselves, and do recruitment for our heist. So one person
Okay.
is. I think it's the rule sheet. I don't even want to call it a rule book. It's one piece of paper, front and back. Says that whoever last watched a heist movie goes first. I have no idea.
What's a heist movie?
Ocean's 11. That's a great example
There
of a
you go.
heist movie. Anyway, that's who it says goes first. That person is going to introduce themselves like, here's who I am, this is what I'm doing. Then they're going to turn to the person to their left and do a little scene where they recruit them for their heist. And then that person that'll establish that character, and we'll go around the table doing that. Like each
Yeah.
person gets recruited
Like you
as
do.
yeah.
In a
Okay.
heist movie.
like you do in a heist movie.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Then once we get started with playing, like enacting the heist, we start with Act 1, where everything is going according to plan.
Nice.
That doesn't last for long.
No.
Exactly. And we start by revealing a card. And if it is a card that you have that talent on, that's your card. You enact a scene
Oh.
utilizing that talent.
All right.
So we'll reveal a card if it's somebody's talent, because there were 12 cards that we dealt out to everybody.
Right.
There are 18 in the deck, so 6 of them are nobody's.
That's gonna surprise
If
us.
if it's somebody's talent, then that's your card. You enact a scene where everything's going according to plan, utilizing that talent. If it's a card that nobody has, whoever has the least number of cards and it's been the longest since they talked, they'll take that card and explain why we don't need that talent for this heist. Doesn't necessarily need to be a scene. It's just like, we'll be fine without this.
Okay.
Because everything's going according to plan in Act 1.
Right.
When we get to Act 2, that's when things start going off the rails. Then when we reveal cards, we explain if it's one of your talents. You explain how that talent is being countermanded or prevented from working despite your best efforts. And if it's a talent that nobody has, then we explain why we really could have used this, but we're not going to be able to. Or maybe it's something that our adversaries are using against us, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Okay.
Act 1, 3, and 5, everything's going according to plan. Acts 2 and 4, that's when things go off the rails.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the very last card of the last act. Well, we'll get to that when we get to it.
Okay.
That's when the ultimate resolution is determined. But we'll get to that when we get to it.
Hey, thanks for hanging out. If you want to spend more time with us, do us a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and most importantly, head on over to twitch.tv/BNB Tabletop and give us a follow there. We play board games live every Sunday night at 5 p.m. Pacific Time on a show we call The Board and Barrel. And we like to keep things interactive. You guys can influence what happens throughout the course of a game with our Buff and Nerf house rules. You can also make predictions on how things are going to pan out, play virtual bingo for a chance to win a free board game of your own, and heckle us and stuff from the chat. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you Sunday night.